Okay, so today we're making Blackberry wine that I gathered yesterday from Bob Marley's woods in Great Lever. And this lump here is a £3 bag of blackberries that were frozen yesterday. And the reason why I froze them is I want to break everything down and break the walls of the fruit down to try and get as much of the blackberry essence, if you like, into the wine. So yeah, there's about £3 there. We're going to put them straight into the pressure cooker. We're not going to bother waiting for them to defrost. So I'll get back to you in a minute or so. Okay, and there's our £3 of blackberries there in the pressure cooker. So we're just going to pour sugar over it now. We're going to use £3 in weight. It's going to come out quite strong, this as well. Obviously, because of the sugar that's in the blackberries as well. So the next move is we're just going to leave this on top of the cooker with the gas off for a few hours and let it all start defrosting and let the sugar work its way into the blackberries. We'll have a progress update in a couple of hours. Quite a few hours down the line, all of the blackberries have defrosted, and mixed them in with £3 of sugar, and I've poured about 4.5–5 pints of boiling hot water on, and I brought it to the boil for about 3 or 4 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the lid back on, and then I'm going to let it go cold, and then I'll bring you back for the next bit once this has occurred. Okay, so we've had our blackberries and sugar in this pressure cooker all night, mixed with boiling hot water, and we're now filtering it into the demijohn. And this funnel's got it's got a filter around about there. Quite a slow process, this. So we'll come back to you when the demijohn's full of juice. Right, so we've ran the blackberry and sugar mixture into the demijohn through the funnel with the filter, and we're not going to fill it up all the way, because anybody who's made wines of this nature before know that once they start fermenting, that sometimes you can end up with a load of foam coming up out of the demijohn and basically having sort of red foam all over your kitchen. So we're going to let it ferment for about a week, and then we're going to top it up with water after a week. So the next stage, we're going to put the yeast in a minute. Right, so we've added a teaspoonful of wine yeast and a teaspoonful of yeast nutrient, and we put the blupper in, and we put the water into the float. So we're just going to keep a close eye on it now for about a week, make sure it doesn't froth up. And then once it calms down a little, we're going to top it up and put about another 3/4 of a pint in. So that's a very basic way of making blackberry wine. I'm sure there's tons of ways of doing it, but I like to keep it really basic. Golden rules of wine making, as always, keep your equipment clean. I always tend to fill the demijohns a couple of days before I'm going to make wine with water and a tiny little cap of bleach. Always sorts them out. So thanks for watching, and there's a couple of weeks left of blackberry picking. If you want to go out and collect blackberries, you only need £3 of blackberries, £3 of sugar, yeast nutrient, and away you go. Happy wine making.